Tony's talk. Tony's talk. It's Tony's talk. Tony's talk. It's Tony's talk.
And you know how we do it.
What up, cartoon?
What's up, brother? How's it going, man?
Good, man. How about yourself?
Oh, man, just going through the day, just putting in some grind at work so I could get those free days out to put in some grind into the music, man.
That's what's up, man. That's tight. No, you got to do that. A lot of people that have fans out there, they don't really know that that stuff. Like the time it takes to invest into the music.
Oh, man, absolutely, man. There's plenty of hours that go behind, every project. Not only that, but just to balance out the work schedule, balance out the music, balance out family time. It's a huge deal, man. You gotta kind of cut the pie in a way where everybody's happy and your hobby happy, but also everything going on at work just perfectly timed so that everything could just work out smoothly with, no flaws in between.
Just balance.
Yeah, it's that perfect balance, man.
That's awesome, bro. Uh, can you tell the listeners a little bit about yourself and introduce yourself?
Oh yeah, man. So, my name is Chris, but I go by the stage name Cartoon, man. I'm originally a native from Texas. Grew up by the border, about 5 minutes from the border, in a place called the Valley. Originally the 956 from Brownsville, Texas, man. Kind of incorporates all the Region One from South Texas Valley. But I actually moved to California about 8 years ago, man, and that's when I kind of started, getting introduced to the West Coast music. So I kind of like to keep both styles, man. Not only from Texas, but kind of bring that Texas flavor with the West Coast, merge them together, man, to create something different.
Yeah, yeah.
Because how it is, man. No matter where you go, at the end of the day, you're always gonna represent where you're from, man. I got love for the Valley, man. Shout out to all my peeps in Texas. The 956. That's something that I'll never let go.
Yeah, of course, man. That's true. That's awesome, bro. I didn't know that. That's tight. Do you like chopping food and all?
Yeah, so it's kind of funny, man. Because when people see me, and meet me for the first time, everybody's like, "Oh, what part of LA are you from?" Or "What part of Cali are you from?" Because the way, just kind of way that I carry myself.
Yeah, yeah.
But I grew up on chopping screw music, man. I grew up listening to DJ Screw, Trey the Truth, Paul Wall. I grew up on all of that. So when I started music, that's kind of what I reflected in the beginning. And when I moved here to Cali, that's when like the whole vibe changed for me, man. Don't get me wrong. I will always have love for the Texas Houston legends. What they brought to the table, but coming to Cali, that was a different element in my realm.
Yeah, bro. You sound straight West Coast, man.
Yeah, man. I love, like I tell people, man. I'm not from the West Coast, man, but I got mad love for the West Coast.
Yeah,
The people here that grind. The people here that just show love to our community. To the raza, the people. It's you got a plethora of artists, man. Just coming together to make this one big movement and contribute to the hip hop culture, man. That's something big, man.
yeah, bro. And that's true. I have a question for you, bro. What inspired you to make music?
So I grew up, like every other, Latino. My parents are immigrants, man. I'm a first generation American. So when I first got to the United States, man, I used to listen to music, and there was a couple of cats in my neighborhood that used to rap, man. And I remember, seeing them in school, kind of throughout the middle school, high school time frame, and I was like, man, this, like, the love that they get is pretty tight, man. And I would go to a couple of the local shows, see a couple open mics, and I was like, I want this, man. I want to contribute. I want to reflect my life on the microphone, and I want to make something that people can relate to. So I did this talent show, man, and I wrote a verse to Shook One's Mob Deep instrumental, you know, and
Yeah,
I
yeah.
ripped it at school, man. And people show me mad love, man, and they were like, you need to get yourself a recording studio and hop on this, man, because you can actually change the game. And the rest was history, man.
Yeah.
Haven't stopped ever since.
That's awesome, bro. I love to hear stories like that, man. That's tight. Um,
Yeah, man.
where
You know,
that was in Texas, or that was over here in Cali?
Yeah, this was in Texas, man, because I moved to Cali when I was 18 years old. So this is like Texas time frame around probably when I was 12 years old, man. So it was pretty early in the game.
Yeah, yeah. That's tight though, bro. That's awesome. And you have a lot of skill, bro. I like your flows, man. I like I like it. I like your punchlines and all that. Man, it's pretty dope. I like your stories.
Yeah, man. I mean, you know, I kind of, I have this thing, man, and I kind of humble myself with rappers, and anybody that's trying to do the same. I got mad love for everybody. I don't beef with nobody. I don't have enemies. What I write in my music is a straight reflection of life, man. And I have this thought, that kind of dwells into the aspect of, if we all come together as a community, we're stronger. It's whenever we're individuals and we kind of dwell into that individualism that kind of breaks the whole movement apart, man. That the hip hop culture that we all support in and we all break bread with. you know
Yeah, I feel you. It's when people start thinking me.
yeah, yeah, man. It's a nasty virus, but at the end of the day, what can we do? Not everybody's gonna be the same. Not everybody's gonna think the same. So I kind of just tend to do myself.
That's true, man. That's cool. Kick back, just kick back to yourself. You don't really gotta get involved, especially right now with this new way of the world working. You can't really be going out nowhere.
Yeah, man. Yeah, absolutely, man. I've kind of just been, especially now, I got my own place, my own studio here, and I break bread with a lot of artists. I give mad shout out to a lot of people. But at the end of the day, it's kind of hard to find individuals with the same mentality. So you know, I've been working closely with Mike Uno and Breeze. Those motherfuckers are crazy in the game, man. And I got mad love for them because they think the same way. They're very passionate about what they do, man, and that's very hard to find.
Yeah, bro, that's true. Those guys they're a cool cast, man. I'm gonna be doing a conversation with them later today too.
Oh
With him,
hell yeah,
and
man! But yeah, shout out to Breeze, man. Shout out to Mike Uno, man. Those dudes are they've been very very fond of my music and opened a whole new door of opportunities that nobody did, especially when I started pushing this music out. Because I mean it's barely my first year pushing the music, and those two were the first ones that kind of opened doors for me, and because of them, I've been getting a lot of recognition, and I'm pretty grateful for that, man.
yeah, bro, that's awesome. Um, let's. Well, how would you describe the type of music that you create, bro?
So I mean, a lot of my music, man, I like to kind of relate it close to that West Coast '90s sound. Um I make people hear my music, they're like, what the hell, you're a gangbanger, bro. Like I make music people can relate to. I grew up on this type of stuff. I grew up listening to, Midget Loco, Spanky Loco, Mr. Criminal, all that stuff. So when I was hearing, that type of music coming up, I was like, man, I relate to this because, this is the type of environment that I'm in right now. So I,
Yeah,
you know, I
yeah,
started I started kind of reflecting that in my music and kind of tried to kids that are out in the neighborhood or out in an area where they kind of they want something they can relate to, man. Because not necessarily everything that I talk about in my music, is something that I've done. These are stories from like homies that are locked up in a pen right now. Stories that my family went through, that my brother went through. And I take everything that I've from, I would say, life experience itself, man. That's my music.
you're just trying to pass on your lessons.
Exactly, man. Exactly.
That's awesome, bro. I like to hear that. A lot of some people out there, that really just do music for the cool vibe, but I like it when people have a meaning behind it.
Yeah, man. And I think that's one of the problems with the music industry now. We kind of try to tend to ride the wave, or these rappers that are coming up try to ride the wave on what's kicking right now, and all we know that it's banging right now. This is what's like the fad right now. But nah, man. I think it's very unique when artists keep it original and they give something, to the community where they contribute their life story. And that's when you get, like kids, or even like people that are from a different coast, from the East Coast, from like, New York, Brooklyn, that hit you up. And it's pretty humbling, for them to tell you, yo, this song, man, I can relate to it because of this X, Y, and Z. That's what music is about, man. That's what,
and,
that's the reward from it all.
and that's the beauty of the social media now. Like you can get that in a lot. You can get that. You can see that a lot more now because you have the connection now on social media.
Yeah, yeah. And
Um,
with social media too, man, I think like you said, you see it a lot more often. So I think, it's all about, like we said, just keeping it a yourself, man. It all goes down to just being you, and not trying to follow in the footsteps that others are doing it, because that's what's actually hidden right now.
that's true, man. Um, I have a few more questions for you, bro.
What's up?
I said I have a few more questions, but
Yeah.
this next one is who would you like to collaborate with?
If I had an artist to collaborate with, it would have to be like, if you're talking about mainstream, it would have to be maybe like, Kendrick Lamar, right now.
Yeah, yeah,
Even like Bozo, that man, there's too many to name, man.
yeah. That's cool. Those are some big artists right there.
Yeah, yeah, man.
Um, okay, next question, man. What's your favorite song by yourself?
From my album.
Yeah, like one of your favorite tracks that you made.
Oh man, my favorite song right now, to be honest with you, it has to be Hood Figures, man. The first song in the first album that I just recently dropped is definitely Hood Figures, because it's a story, man, of
Yeah,
what I saw growing up. And if you listen closely to the lyrics, it translates, kind of like a story from somebody that saw, gang banging, drug dealing, saw that all growing up as a kid. And now, it kind of, translates the music to now, I grew up, gang banging, drug dealing, and now I became a hood figure. Like now I'm one of those people, you know what I mean?
yeah, yeah.
um it's like a transition in music and life, man, that I kind of like. It goes deep, man. You got to listen to the track, brother.
Yeah, it's a dope track, bro. I actually showcased it today on Music Monday.
Yeah, man. It's I appreciate you for showing me mad love, man. Cause it's hard, man. It's hard, when you're trying to push the music, especially when you're a new artist. It's definitely hard to kind of get that feedback, because you're new, so not a lot of people want to buy into it. So I really appreciate you for that, brother.
Yeah, no problem, man. I have one more question for you, bro. What's your biggest goal in life?
My biggest goal in life, man, would be having having something that people can relate to in a nationwide level, or not even, maybe even worldwide level, something that people can hear. And not even for the fame, but in the aspect of like that artist is very relatable and very respected, because he makes music that people can look back at, and listen to every day, and kind of put themselves in the position of speaking into the microphone. That's my
That-
ultimate goal, man.
That's badass, bro. That's a badass goal, man. I hope you achieve that shit, man.
I
You're already
appreciate
doing
it,
it.
brother.
You're already doing
One step at a time, man. One step at a time.
it. For sure, man. You got any last words for your listeners out there?
Yeah, man. A big shout out to my boy Tony for putting me on this. Like I said, it's amazing when the community comes together, and individuals like yourself do something for the artists that are coming up. Shout out to my boy Breeze, my boy Mike Uno. Shout out to Hala at Chiguala. We got a new project coming soon, and this shit is gonna be dope, man. So make sure y'all stay tuned. Keep listening to the music, and I appreciate all my followers.
All right, man. Sounds good. Thank you for coming on. I'll hit you up in a bit.
All right, brother. Take care, man. Out.
All right, peace.
And I came up with some hood figures.
Don Solo on the track.
Steady banging in the block with them. Coke killers. All I know is hood figures. I was bringing up with some hood figures. Steady banging to the gang banging hood figures. check. I was banging as a kid, pull out Ellis on the map, show these bitches what it is. They know the biz, pump faking over assist. Better catch them on the rebound if the bullet takes a hit. Cause in the game, motherfuckers got no corazon. If you take a look around, everybody's on. Never slip, cause I promise they gon' snatch your dome. If you talking at me sideways, better watch your tone. It ain't no flex shit, I'm speaking facts. I was put into the game, ain't no coming back. Don't be playing with my time or the money stack. Find your ass across the border where the killers at. Run it back, I been thugging with some hood figures. Real hitters, gang banging drug dealers. I was running on the block with them. Nothing changed, I became into a hood figure. And I came up with some hood figures. Drug dealers, real G's and hood hitters. Steady banging in the block with them. Cold killers, all I know is hood figures. Hood figures. Gang banging drug dealers. Bang with them. All I know is hood figures. I've been thugging with some hood figures. And I live in a conecta full of drug dealers. Got some homies and they turn killers. Quick to aim it at your dome, they some go-getters. I was raised up in the valley slums. Gang signs and tatted bodies stepping in my chucks. Throw it up, I'm a local from Laureles chump. Been an OG to the game and I don't give a fuck. Nothing changed, I'm a nightmare, you can pull the slug. But you better fucking kill me if you shoot the gun. Cause I promise that I'll find you, son. Hood hitters never lose, so you better run. Said I'm thugging with some hood figures. Real hitters, gang banging drug dealers. I was running on the block with them. Nothing changed and I turned into a hood figure. And I came up with some hood figures. Drug dealers, real G's and hood hitters. Steady banging in the block with them. Cold killers, all I know is hood figures. Hood figures. Gang banging drug dealers. Bang with them. All I know is hood figures. And I came up with some hood figures. Drug dealers, real G's and hood hitters. Steady banging in the block with them. Cold killers, all I know is hood figures. Hood figures. Gang banging drug dealers. Bang with them. All I know is hood figures.
Thank you for tuning in to Tony's Talk, one of the flyest podcasts on the west side. Home of the West Coast Wednesdays. New artists, upcoming artists. Make sure to submit your music to Tony's Talk. Cause we're really out here trying to support local artists. And if you ain't down for the cause, get lost. West